We're going to do the church, and then we will end with that one today. Bob Casper. This was a panorama also, and the sky really is there. So if you go into camera raw, D. Hayes. Oh, it looks like something up here that happened. But you can see that. In this case now, the church is a little too dark, so let's open the shadows. And you can come down here to the curves and open darks and shadows a little bit more. Nothing more different, nothing different than what I've done all the other images. Take the foreground, darken it midtones, which will bring the eye much more into the center of the image. And lighten the central portion, the church. Well, let's see the difference. Here we are from there to there. I don't know what happened here. Have to clone that out. And Davina, doing a very creative aspect again. Put a piper in with the church. Actually, it would have been interesting to put him right in this area of the open area here for the right in front of the church area. Having him out here.
That's what I wanted to ask you. I had him in the church, and then I decided I wanted to put the mat around it. When I put the mat around it, he popped out, and so I looked at all my layers, and
Yes.
somehow his came up. I dragged down his layer, so his layer came up on the top, and I thought, huh, interesting. So I left it.
Yes. Well, it works. Tells a story. Very, very good.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question though. Should I have flattened everything after I got through with it?
Well, to send it to me, yes, but otherwise, no. I would keep it as a TIFF.
Oh,
and keep
okay.
the various layers.
Okay.
Holly.
Again, 2 inches.
Yes. Yes, and you converted it to black and white, which works, but not as much as the color one works on this image. But again, the foreground, the upper portion, do those darkenings to bring the eye in where you want the viewer to go. And look, just those small changes, how that church stands out now. Watch, nothing more than that. Those two, darken the upper part, darken the lower part.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you actually put a different sky in, which is fine, and it works really well. But the sky is there, just needed to work it a little bit. Darken the foreground. You're gonna be going sleeping tonight, saying darken the foreground, darken the. See the difference of how this image looks from there to there. Well done. Jim, very creative. Putting it in with the mat, using a filter on it and changing it. The only suggestion, well, a couple of suggestions. One is would have straightened the church back and just darken above a little bit here. Bring out some of the details in the hedges. Very creative change of the image and put that type of mat and frame. Very nice. Those changes. Totally. Say again?
Said the mat looks great.
Yes, it does. Karen Robinson. Well done. Only suggestion here is that sky. I'm going to do it in a different way. I'll make a selection of it, do an adjustment, levels adjustment on it, move the middle slider in just a little bit to bring that sky the way I would like to see it. Darken the foreground, darken the upper level, maybe over here on the right, so that the church stands out even more. So simple. From there, wow, significant impact in that image, just those changes.
Yes.
Larry Brown brought the sky out very nicely. Maybe just a little bit more darkening in the foreground, but opening up the center. I'll do midtones first, just to bring that out. And then just to bring a little color, I'll use the sponge tool, saturate. So we're from there. Watch how the light shifts to the church. Rebecca, put in a new sky. Now that's very creative. And what you've done with it overall, creative, you cropped some, that's fine. But this upper portion of the sky, it's way too bright. That's where my eye goes. And not just darkening will it work? There's too much activity going on in the clouds there. But darken the foreground here. You've handled the church really well. I think you may even have used a filter on this, which is great. Looks super. See, my eye just keeps coming up to this area. Maybe if I put some color up there and do some things. Just play with your images, make them artistic. Stella did a frame. Look how nice that looks in the mat. And she did a texture, love it. See this? She did a texture filter on it. Look at that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Just a little darkening here. Maybe bringing out a little bit more highlights. That would make a beautiful print, matting, texture screen on it. Very nice. Tom Hughes. Interesting, Tom. You actually flipped it so that it leads into the church this way. Just think about that sky a little bit. I think it's fine, but I think it's a little too tight in the sense of left to right. It could be more of a rectangular view to it. Let's just change the sky a little bit. We'll do it with levels. And darken the foreground a little bit. And the upper part of the sky, the background. Lighten the church just a little bit more. Is that a review of the image? Is that
That's my burglar alarm.
I see. All right, here's my image. And I may even change it now that I've started to see some of these things. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too saturated. So I'll bring down some of the color now. and maybe actually lighten up through the clouds just a little bit through here. Watch how the light shifts. There you go. All right, hope you've learned the ideas of light and shadow and what it does to bring the eye where you want it to go. Let me save this and then we'll end up today. I also would like you to send me an email with anything you want to go over again from the past lessons, classes, that I will go over them again, or even have a separate class just on layers or whatever aspects you want. But I think you all have progressed really well in many ways.